mm, 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 mm.
I walk into the party, my name is at the door. I get myself a drink as I make it to the floor. I walk into the party, get my name at the door. But they want more. It's me, do you wanna take a picture of me?
Now, what happened to get us up to Calaxy and get us back to where we were progression-wise, we really had to get a shitload of fucking people in across the realm.
We basically went all out. I believe we posted recruitment threads on 6 or 7 different forums, some that probably didn't get a single hit from a person looking for a guild.
Just hard recruiting, like bumping posts and doing everything we possibly could to get people to join. I mean, I wasn't even raiding, and I was posting. It's like I'm at work doing shit and on the WoW forums bumping our posts every 20 minutes. Logan really did a lot to get things going.
We used a combination of Open Raid. We got some really good players off of Open Raid, like Peter and Bear.
St. Peter, he's a fucking boss. Just gets up in there with some mind play and some fucking, Shadow Word Death, and just like, all fucking day. And then you got fucking Can't Bear You up there, just fucking raining down the stars, just fucking,
But we got a lot of new people in the place. I think right now, I tallied it up either last week or the week before, but at this point, as far as new people versus old people goes, I think we've got like maybe 10 people that are still around since before the Fallout, and I think everybody else is new. Lots of great people, some former raiders that came back.
I'm M. I'm one of the tanks. I also was a tank for Big Crits during Dragon Soul. I took most of the expansion off. I came back during the rebuilding process. Most of our raid roster right now, I think, is also new people, not necessarily new to the game, but new to the guild.
So what we did was we actually gave like 17 hunters trials, all at the same time too. So yeah, that's how we saved the guild, is with 17 hunter trials.
Hi guys, my name is Illyria. I play a hunter and I am new to the Big Crits family.
I don't know if that was a strategy, but that was one of our tools for sure, was trialing hunters.
I knew about Big Crits previously because of a raider, Orcs, who I had raided with in Cataclysm and in early Throne of Thunder. He told me that they were trying to rebuild after the loss of a number of people and that I should consider applying, which I did.
We also got some players that we couldn't really see a future with.
We ended up having to kick the shaman healer out. He was just had too much of an ego complex going on, and along with him leaving, a few of the others, as is common with a package deal, they left too. Happily, the couple that we really wanted to hold on to stuck around, and I'm hoping that they stay and continue to.
So there were some struggles there.
It was a bit of a challenge, but it was interesting because I've never been in a situation where we were able to bring in that many new recruits every week, and that's all thanks to cross-realm raiding.
I give that 10 dicks out of 10.
And so we did that, and we progressed boss by boss. It took us from the decision to rebuild to getting back to our old progression. Probably, what would that be? That would be probably about 3 months.
The hardest part was probably Claxy, which I hated anyways.
Without it really being discussed, I could tell that Paragons was both the goal and the hurdle for Big Crits. When we entered that chamber, I felt like I could literally hear people pulling up the zippers on their big boy pants. There was definitely a tangible change in the amount of concentration that was going to be put forward to that fight.
To be honest, we were just trying not to snap at people, trying to be patient with these new people learning the fight.
Being patient sometimes is the hardest hurdle that raiders have to get over.
On every pull, there'd be someone different who accidentally stood in an aim or didn't dodge something they were supposed to dodge, dropped a puddle of shit in the middle of the room.
It's the sheer number of things that you're dancing around on top of, behind, beside, that can eventually trip you up.
Pretty much everybody contributed to a wipe or two. There were no 1 or 2 people that wiped the raid. The Claxy kill took longer than it should. People are shitty sometimes.
Specific instructions were given not to touch Skier so that he wasn't the target with the lowest health and therefore wouldn't become the fixation for bloodletting. But for some reason, people just repetitively were unable to grasp this concept. It's like, no, we're not trying to cheat you, and we don't want to make your numbers look bad. You can hit another target if you absolutely need to, and you really feel like you want to waste DPS and procs, but just save it and wait.
Well, I guess the biggest turning point on Claxy progression was getting some of the leaders to realize that with the new gear situation, with the 404 upgrades, you don't have to wipe it if someone dies early on. You can do it 3 or 4 people short and still meet the checks. When we finally got through that is when we got the kill, and I think that there were only 3 or 4 people alive.
I think I was dead for the kill, so I would rather not have killed it on that pole, to be perfectly honest, but anyways, it was dead.
We were able to finally get a kill on Calaxy, which is so fucking amazing. Like, everyone was really fucking happy in the guild, especially me. I was excited. I think I played my shit ass fucking Ellie spec there, so I wasn't doing fucking booty for damage. But, like usual, I always stay alive, sorta. And it worked out pretty well.
They had now destroyed the Claxy and were standing in front of Heroic Garrosh Hellscream once again.
Let's deal with it.
Get it? No!
That was back right. Come on, guys.
It was the AoE.
Come on!
Serious?
Claxy was enough of a struggle for us that we weren't willing to risk having to re-kill it until we'd killed Garrosh.
It wasn't an issue of do we re-clear or do we save. Everyone wanted to kill, and so we kept just saving.
Now, once we moved on to Heroic Garrosh, our biggest issue was the first phase transition, but the good news is everyone brought their big dick DPS. So we pretty much were able to like nuke the shit out of what Garrosh. Sometimes we'd get a Iron Star number 2, sometimes we wouldn't, but we still able to get through. And then we got on to the first transition. And that's where we ran into a lot of big issues where people are like, oh, I forgot how to interrupt. And just like, ooh, maybe be like 5 buttons instead of 4.
All you have to do is take a couple seconds to pay attention, maybe drop a little DPS so that everyone survives, including yourself, and just look at what's going on.
And then once we got through that, it was, the fight honestly is really very, very simple.
I went to bed at our usual raid end time, around 12:30. And at that time, you know, I mean, they didn't need me because they had their 3 healers. And they were mostly hurting for DPS. You know, we had Tharek, the fucking GM, and some other people had to go to bed because they had work the next day. And so I went to bed thinking, okay, they're probably not going to be able to fill the raid, they're probably going to call it. And then I wake up the next morning, and holy fucking shit, they killed Heroic Garrosh.
Shit, it felt great. We finally got the kill that we needed.
So I was excited, obviously, for myself, but I was more stoked for those people that had been in the guild through thick and thin and really stuck it out to progress through the loss of players and through the rebuild and everything. And I was so excited that they were finally vindicated.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Fucking hell!
Came in to help. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Teddy.
Jalago, Kaylee.
Fuck yeah!
Kaylee,
Quiet, mumble, quiet and mumble, please. Okay. First of all, for those who came in, not part of the guild, thank you more than I can ever thank you.
So here's a fun fact. Our Heroic Garrosh kill was the first heroic kill of a boss that Big Crits has gotten without me in the raid in the entire fucking history of our guild.
Really?
Like, in 4 years, I had been in for every first kill of every heroic boss, and most normal bosses, I think maybe I was out for some of our first, normal heroic ice crown kills. That was a long time ago, I don't remember.
Crazy.
So it was really nice to see that they could kill Heroic Garrosh without me carrying them. It's nice to know that I can, in fact, leave these fuckers alone for 5 minutes, and they can actually get something fucking done.
For everyone we lost, I think the guild did a great job. I think they did a great job. So yes, faster than I would have expected.
I could not do it alone. I will say this right now. There is no way in hell I would have been able to do this alone. I had help from some great people. Syntax, Ascaria, Orcs, Suzu, Loken, Keleth. Any old raiders that would come in even though they didn't like the game anymore just to fill the 24th or 25th slot that we needed for the night while we were trying to rebuild. All the new raiders were giving us a chance to rebuild and be a great guild. That's what everybody contributed in some way, some more than others, but everybody had at least a little faith that this would work.
So I just want to say I've really appreciated all of you viewers out there who have made YouTube comments about how much you liked the stuff I did here, and even some of you even went so far as to create level 1 alts on Senjin to send me mails and whispers about how much you love the stuff I did on Big Crits. I really appreciated all that. I'm glad I could give you guys some joy through me being a total fucking weirdo. And so I also implore you YouTube commenters, please don't flood future episodes with comments of, "Oh my god, this show sucks ever since Suzu left." I'm sure everyone in the guild knows that I have been the star of this show, and that they will never measure up to how awesome I am. You don't have to remind them. That's just kicking them when they're down, right? So, in conclusion, fuck Canada, fuck Death Knights, fuck mages, really fuck anyone who doesn't play the class and spec that Suzu plays. And most importantly, step 1 is you pull out your dick. Step 2, you slap your dick against the keyboard repeatedly. And step 3, Stony Baby dies, you have to teabag his corpse. And thus ends the regime of Suzu. But many questions remain. How will Ferrex's leadership of Big Crits fare against the warlords of Draenor? Will Time's jokes ever stop being so completely fucking terrible? Will Loken's craving for cock ever be properly satisfied? And will Suzu, no longer bound by a raid schedule, ever get fucking laid? We'll find out most of this and more in Big Crits Season 8. Coming soon to a YouTube near you. And by soon, I mean some point between now and the heat death of the universe.